And I don't want the world to see me.
Oh!
'Cause I don't.
Oh, I wasn't ready for that, actually. Hello, gals, blokes, and all other folks. My name is Mortius
Story of my life.
You know what? No, we're keeping it. We're keeping it. Welcome back to the channel. I have a very special guest today. You already heard his lovely bassy laugh there, making fun of my inability to do my own intro. But we are here with the lovely Bobby Bass to take a look at his arrangement of Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. Well, I was about to say featuring the Bass Gang. That doesn't entirely work. By the Bass Gang, arranged by Bobby, featuring Malinda. I did it.
Nailed it. I love
Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. So, yes, thank you so much for taking the time to do this. People have been really enjoying these sort of reaction interview kind of things we've got going on. And I am exceptionally excited for this one. I've always really enjoyed this song, especially just that kind of era is right when I was growing up. So while those people who know the channel know that I'm in love with Treasure Planet, so I'm partial to I'm Still Here, but Iris is like my second favorite Goo Goo Dolls song, and it's just I'm really
it slaps.
It really does. It really does. And especially with everything the Bass Gang has tossed at us so far has been absolutely incredible. Each one has been different, and I'm just so excited to see, like, I was talking to Tommy about this the other day. Just based on guest star alone, I think this is the cover I was most excited for, because I love Malinda. Absolutely. Like, such a talented artist, such a good voice. Yeah. But also, like, even when we're looking at Voice Player, the other people I check out, all of my favorite covers of them are the ones where they're featuring Ashley Diane or Rachel Potter, anything like that. What a single female voice can bring to an all-male group, I think, is so unique, especially when the arranger really is able to take that into account. And I know that you've had the opportunity to work with Malinda before, so I'm sure that you very much knew how to take into account her unique voice skill, everything like that. So I'm
that was
very
definitely
excited.
Helpful, yeah.
Good. Is there
a small disclaimer also? Or were you just about to ask that?
Basically.
Okay. So this, since Malinda was the only female or higher voice guest singer, I kind of approached this song in a different way. And it's probably the least, obviously there's still bass in it because it's us, but it's probably the least bassy song that the Bass Gang might ever have. But it kind of makes it kind of cool and unique in that, especially Linda's voice. So I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely. For sure. No, I'm really looking forward to that. There's definitely something to be had in variety, especially since it is a part of a unit. I feel like if Bass Gang released like a standalone thing that wasn't that bassy, people would be like, eh. But if you're releasing four all at once, having each of them be completely different and show off different things, especially that, like, I feel like the previous two covers did a really good job of showcasing the arranger's uniqueness and the guest star's uniqueness. Like Marwin used a lot of his signature bell tones while also allowing Jonathan to go up into those high rock tenors. Tommy had that sort of slower, more serene thing that Tommy is so good at arranging, while also giving my brain. Elliot. Also giving him an opportunity to really, you know what I mean? So I think the fact that it is part of a unit means that the fact that each one deviates a lot more makes it more special and cool. So I like that a lot.
So, this whole project was definitely a step up from last year. So it's been crazy seeing how everyone, including reactors, have been responding, because this has been... Last year was kind of a surprise, but now that everyone's expecting it this year, it's kind of a different kind of exciting, which is very fun, and glad to be in the middle of it.
I am glad to be a part of it as well, however I can. So then, without further ado, do you have anything else you want to preface it with, or just pop in?
I think we'll just pop in.
Oh, good. That's the answer I was hoping for. I just want to let you talk if you needed to. Woo! Let's go get started right now with the Bass Gang's acapella cover of Iris, arranged by Bobby Bass, featuring Malinda. Let's go. Real quick as a heads up for you guys, just like last time, our little Sync Watch website doesn't let you scroll back to the beginning without glitching, so we're starting 2 seconds in, but I heard like the first 3 seconds during audio testing anyway, so I have seen it. Go check out the original version of the beginning if you want to see those first 2 seconds.
Give up forever to touch you, 'cause I know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest to heaven that I'll ever be, and I don't wanna go home right now.
I love the really quiet echo. What a great start for this song and your guest star. Love the fact that it's just starting so simple. And I love that little echo effect. I was trying to avoid the Bass Gang Discord until I saw it, but I saw someone discussing who was editing this one. It was
so the editing of the video, or first the editing, the mixing of the audio, that was by Johnny Stewart, who is one of the members of the Wellerman, one of my friends.
Gotcha.
And because he like professionally mixed a cappella for a while, and so now that he's getting back into that again, I was like, hey Johnny, wanna do this? Because I know that he could do it justice way better than I could, especially with well, I don't want to spoil it just yet, but some of the later stuff that I could not pull off mixing wise. But the editing of the video also was my sister, who's all the way over in London now. I'm in the States, but very, very thankful for her for doing that, because she took my like image of what I wanted the video to be and made it way better. And it kind of like resembles your background. Was your background intentional?
Yes.
Like with the lights?
Actually,
Okay,
yeah. I always scrub through, muted completely, but little insight into the Mortius channel for those of you paying attention. I will always scrub through like the video on mute to find my background. So I do know what it looks like towards the end. The only time I didn't do that was with Marwan's, and that was by specific request. And I was like, all right, just give me like a vibe. Give me like an energy. And he was like, apocalypse, and I'm like, cool, I can work with that. All right,
yeah, Marwan's definitely something, one of the videos that you want to jump in without seeing anything.
For sure. All right, let's keep it going.
That I'll ever be, and I don't wanna go home right now. And all I can taste is this moment, and all I can breathe is your life.
I tried to pause with space instead of pausing with my mouse, and it broke everything because this website is very janky. But hold on. Yo! No, I need, I don't even have anything to say. I just need that one more time.
All I can taste is this moment, and all I can breathe is your life.
That's, oh, wait. I love the way that, like, I paused to write it out, like, ooh, came in, but obviously much higher. I like that touch. I see what you're saying about this being a very different cover, but I'm loving it. I love the very, like, almost traditional, older fashioned, like, barbershop isn't quite the right word, but just the, like the way that it all goes just all at once with those harmonies is just really, really cool. Oh, did I lose you?
You lost me for like just a couple seconds.
There we go.
Just right as you started talking. Okay, yeah, I'm back.
No, I was just saying that I was just saying I really liked the way that you're all just singing at the same time with just those really pretty harmonies happening. Very, very traditional, but in a good way. I really liked that.
Thank you.
And those harmonies are exceptional. Like
this moment, and all I can breathe is your life. And sooner or later it's over. I just don't wanna miss you tonight. And I don't want the world to see me.
Oh.
'Cause I don't.
Oh, I wasn't ready for that actually. But in like the opposite way of a normal I'm not ready for. Like that like took me by surprise in like a mellow way. Like I was getting ready for that.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't like I was getting ready for that hit to happen because again I'm trained by the other Bass King songs, but it just like it goes up and then it just floats in such a beautiful way. Yo.
Well, one other thing that I do with my arrangements is I guess it's just a personal thing for me.
Mhm.
I hate repetition, kind of. And that's why I kind of wanted a lot of these choruses to stand out from each other. That's why I kind of took this more mellow, more like kind of intimate approach to the beginning of the song, which the original. And I actually got inspired by another cover of Iris. Oh, I think it's by a girl named like Natalie, but it's much more like mellower and way more like ethereal, kind of like the beginning of this one. So that one kind of inspired me, especially with like I kind of pulled like the beginning, like just Malinda from like her TikTok, kind of inspired by that, where it's just Malinda and it's just this big open space of just her voice, having it reverberate all around, and that's kind of what I wanted to like encapsulate for the beginning of this until it kicks off.
That's really cool. I didn't even really think about that, but the fact that all of you not only are like really arranging for like you're taking their skill into account, of course, but you're also allowing their like artistic and musical style to still exist, like what these guest stars are already doing on their own time. You're not just bringing their voice in, you're bringing their artistry in. And now that you say that, I'm thinking about like, oh well, of course, like they did the exact same thing with Jonathan Young and like everything like that. So that's really cool. I'm glad you mentioned that. That's really respectful to the artist and also sounds cool as hell.
Yeah.
I just don't wanna miss you tonight.
And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand when everything's made to be broken. I just want you to know who I am.
Okay.
And you can't find the tears that ain't coming. All the moments.
No. Hold on. No.
I just want you to know who I am. And you can't find the tears that.
The timing of that, like the way that is just like timed even is so cool and so like taking away the video and just listening to it for a sec to try and find the cool pieces of it. Like just the timing was really cool. Do you have anything to?
Thank you.
I'm trying
Yeah,
to like
I do
place
actually.
it, but yeah, please do.
What I was mentioning earlier with Johnny, one of the things that he pulls off really well is vocal percussion in mixes. And so one of like the last thing I recorded for this was the vocal percussion, because I made like a whole MIDI track of like the basis of what I wanted with some cool stuff. I recorded my vocal percussion tracks, 2 of them, sent it off to him, and he kind of improved on it, added my stuff and added some other stuff that I didn't think about, because I don't really do percussion that often. So he has a much better ear for that. So his additions definitely helped the vibe of the song so much, especially in the bridge, which you'll hear in a little bit. But that part was a little hard to time, because it changes tempos. It goes to a much faster tempo at this part, and it was right as like it was. I actually arranged this in Melodyne, and the tempo thing is kind of weird on it. So instead of just like switching immediately to the tempo, it was more like a little gradual shift. So when I was working with the MIDI, it was a little hard to do that, but Johnny helped fix it up. But yeah, that was definitely like the vibe shift that I wanted for this song.
Good. That's great.
Thank you, Johnny. Shout out to him.
Absolutely. Shout out to Johnny.
And you can't find the tears that ain't coming.
No.
Yeah, you bleed just to know you're alive. And I don't.
And who's doing, like, that almost sounds like the way that the vocal percussion just drops in that, like, mega harmony to just, like, do, 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 do. Like, it's such a, like, very simple, because you built up, as you were saying, it was like, and then it was crazy vocal percussion a lot more than anything else. And then for that one harmony, it's just a do, 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 unless there's other parts that I'm missing. That's cool.
Actually, you nailed it. And funny thing about that was originally just meant to be like an empty space just for the vocals. But Johnny and I were talking. We had like a little Zoom call, and he added that little dun 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 in there, kind of like because he wanted to fill a little space, but also it kind of sounds like a heartbeat. And along with the lyrics, breathe just to know you're alive, like the heartbeat helping with that. It kind of like works off the lyrics in that way, like the heartbeat telling you, yep, alive and stuff. So it was a little
cool.
motif.
I love that. That's really. I almost said heartbeat, but then I like went against it because I was like, well, I need to hear it again to decide. Like maybe I'm just reading way too far into that, but I almost said that. That's really. I'm glad that's intentional. That's awesome.
So we pulled it off well.
Yes, you definitely did.
Yeah, you bleed just to know you're alive. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand when everything's made to be broken.
So you have a very unique sounding upper range. Is that just a product of a naturally low voice? Is that a technique you intentionally have learned and developed? I'm curious.
No, it's a good question. The especially like when I like the first several years when I started singing, I didn't really focus on my higher range because those weren't the notes I was paid for, even though I wasn't paid back then. But recently I've been getting into like higher range stuff, kind of to expand all sides of my voice.
Okay.
And one of the techniques, like just mixed voice, like mixed between chest and falsetto, that's something I've been like trying to work on. And especially for those tenor A's, I definitely wanted to get like a solid mix on there because I couldn't really chest those.
Yeah.
So I guess kind of like the way that I approached it with my mixed voice kind of helped lend it to that kind of tone.
Yeah.
But that's just, I guess that's just how I sound up there. So might have a little to do with that.
And I know I have a younger audience, so let me take this moment to say, hey, younger audience who's trying to work on their voice, let us both be lessons in opposite directions. Even if you think you have a even if you think you have a quirk or a system or something like that, work on the other side of your range. Because Bobby
very
said,
important.
Very, very important. Bobby was just talking about how he was only like, those weren't the notes he was paid for, so he didn't get a chance to work on those high notes. And I'm the exact opposite. When I was in high school, I literally did like vocal lesson, or not even vocal lessons, but just vocal, like, there's a word that my brain's not getting. But basically what I worked on trying to maintain my upper range throughout puberty because I hit puberty very late. So freshman and sophomore year, I had this really nice contralto voice that I really valued. So when I started to hit puberty, I worked a lot on keeping that and not losing it when that happened. But I focused so much on that happening that I bottom out in like the second octave. And that really sucks when I'm trying to like work on my own a cappella music and things like that. So let this be a slightly too long tangent lesson from both of us in opposite directions of the range. Make sure that even if you think you have a shtick or a gimmick, that you are still working on your entire range. I promise you will thank yourself later in life.
Definitely very important.
There we go. That's our little Bobby Mortius lesson for you today.
I think that they'd understand when everything's made to be broken. I just want you to know who I am.
What? Oh, God. I spaced again. Okay, hold on. Let me get that one more time though. What are those obviously the ba-da-da-da's cool, but I'm listening to what's happening in the background. There's like this there's this weird kind of crazy vocal percussion that I can't even imitate. What I don't know. There's
Yeah, I think it was like I did like a like something
Yeah.
like that, like a little lipped or a tongue trill, and I'd need to pull up the MIDI for that, but it was probably that.
Okay. Yeah, it just sounded the way that it was performed and mixed into the background there was just a really cool, like, because obviously there's the da 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 that's very kind of simple and leaves that gap there. So having that happen in the background just lends that little bit more complexity to it as you're doing something that's very cool but not the most complicated vocal percussion in the world.
Yeah.
So
And this part was where Johnny really helped me with the vocal percussion. Like I was sending stuff back and forth to him because originally the vocal percussion I think was just supposed to be like with the like ba da ba da da daps. So it was supposed to be like something like that.
Okay.
But then it wouldn't really have sounded as cool. It would have sounded kind of stagnant just being along with the other voices. So like adding the like stuff like that in rhythmically definitely helped this bridge shine. Even especially the like the backgrounds that my sister edited in. I think that really helps bring it out as well.
Yeah.
So makes the bridge something unique.
No, I really enjoyed that. Thank you for your insight.
Of course.
Am I misremembering the original song, or are you messing with the timing of these lines?
Those lines actually aren't there because the bridge
okay.
is just instrumentals. So I was like,
There we go.
I don't just want it to be like ba-da-da, ba-da-da for the whole time. So I kind of took like some lyrics from earlier in the song, like I can taste this moment, or however I made the melody there.
Yeah.
And then all I breathe's your life. And so I kind of like tried to find good places and good like rhythms and lyrics to put there.
That's really cool. I love that you took previous licks and things like that. That's why I was confused. I'm like, am I just misremembering? Because it didn't sound familiar, but I'm like, but I also can't think of what it's supposed to be at that point. So maybe I'm just not remembering it. But that's because there's not supposed to be lyrics there. That makes sense.
Yep.
I want to hear that one more time with that knowledge. Hold on. Like that da 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 da, like the way that it's all like the same note. Like it's weird that because of how different it is, it sounds more complex and cooler, even though it's just quarter notes or half notes or whatever it looks like in the music. But it's just da 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 da, like it's all the same note, but it sounds so cool when you shift to that after not being there. So yeah, I love that,
especially compared to the background.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, maybe that's why. God, yep, there it is. Okay. Ooh.
And I don't want the world to see
Yes. Okay. We will be here for hours if I try to figure out everything that just happened there. Good God, what do you have to share? Because that was incredible. That was so cool.
Yeah, so for that
Oh,
final for like the end of the bridge, I just kind of sound chords that kind of resolved cool together.
yeah.
And like the especially going to like I like the part that actually let me whip this out. The part where it went like from or if I go up the octave one went to B major. I kind of wanted to play some funky chords around there, and
Okay.
I think originally I was gonna do something. What was I gonna do? I think I was gonna do like B minor and then B major over A, and I almost went to. I think I almost did E major over G sharp, but that would have sounded a little too weird for me.
Just a little too
So
crunchy.
I almost went a little too crazy, but I kind of reined it in, especially at the end of that bridge, and then kind of felt like a little nice feeling at that last chord, and then right back into it for the last chorus, which all of us were on the solo for that,
Yeah.
including Malinda. I added a Malinda harmony, so yeah, just a little harmony above the solo line that kind of shines in that part, which gives it a little different flavor from the last chorus. And then the last parts look like the repeated I just want you to know who I am. I just tried to make it like as epic and intense with Melinda keep going up in the soprano part. I think she went up to a D6 there. Sorry, Melinda, but
Good.
it sounded great.
Sorry, Melinda. I love that. Oh, yeah. No, I'm not even gonna pause or anything, but I'm just gonna take that all the way back to the first chorus and just listen to that again because
Oh, think could they understand when everything's made to be broken? I just want you to know who I am. I just want you to know who I am. I just want you to know who I am.
oh, is
And
that
then it fades off forever.
okay?
Yeah,
I was
that's
like, is that it? Is that it?
it.
Want you to know
Hold
who
on.
I
Wait.
I just want you to know.
Yeah, there it is. I love. I didn't want to say it earlier because I didn't want to be like, oh, but like, because like I loved everything you were saying about the heartbeat, but there was like 1% of me that was a little like, but man, because now at the end, my favorite technique in any music is when you've got something happening in the background, whether it's vocal percussion or instruments or anything like that, and then it drops out just immediately. So like that where it's just want you to know who I think was the lyrics there, but just the way that the backgrounds are going
Yeah.
like going crazy and then they just leave. Oh, it's my favorite.
I just want you to know who I am. I just want you to know who I am.
So cool.
And another thing I like about that ending, like someone I actually saw someone comment. It's like, oh, why didn't they resolve at the end? And I was like, because I didn't want it to resolve at the end.
Yeah.
So it just kind of left it hanging in the air there. So yeah,
Yeah, I think the fade out almost helps with that. Because like if it doesn't resolve and then just cuts out, that's when you're really feeling like, hey, like no, something wasn't right there. But when it's like it doesn't resolve, but then it's just like, and you're just like,
Mhm.
ooh, but it's still that
Just lingers.
that is itself a resolution, you know? Like
Yeah.
if you it's not a musical resolution, but it's still a resolution of the energy that you were creating. You know what I mean? Like if you just ended
Yeah.
on that chord and it was just that wouldn't be a resolution for music or energy. But the way that it just kept going and then it's just kind of like you said the word linger, and I think there's not a better way that I could phrase that. That's really what it kind of feels like there.
Definitely. Not every song has a happy ending.
Not every song has an happy ending. Not every story has a happy ending. Is there anything else you want to go back to in the video before I?
Ooh. Let me think.
It's fine if
Off
not.
the
I
top
just
of my head.
last time I moved I like got rid of the video and moved Marwin down to like make room for my normal outro, and he was like, no, we're going back to that chorus because I need to talk about it.
Actually, let's.
All right.
Could we go back? Could we both go back and watch some parts again? Because there might have
actually-
been.
Because of Sync Watch, the reason it's so great, you're actually able to control it on your end as well. So take me away,
Oh.
sir.
Let me see.
Take me on this journey.
It's over.
I just don't wanna miss you tonight.
And I don't want the world to see me. 'Cause
That was
I
one of the
don't-
parts that I liked a lot. I just did the same spacebar thing and it went down.
Yep. It's unfortunately.
It's just that was one of my favorite parts of the first chorus because it kind of everyone had this like preconception of what the chorus was going to be, but it kind of like started building up, ooh, and then like quickly just faded off,
Yeah.
like scampered off a little bit, and I thought that was a moment I liked. I'm trying to. Oh yeah, the actual look for this because I made a storyboard for the music video.
Really? That's
With
so
the
cool.
shots, yeah, with some of the shots, the inspiration, some of the colors, and I think for the costuming, I talked about it. It kind of has this almost like the best way I phrased it was a post prom depression, where it was like kind of a fancy rugged look. Like if you look at like Tommy and Peter, they have kind of like their opened, they're like open suits. Tommy's hair's a little ruffled. Same with Marwan and mine. And then I have like one of my pockets is flipped out and like my tie is like undone.
Yeah.
So definitely the not just with this song, but with all of the songs, the costuming took a major step up from last year because last year we mostly just had, I think it was probably, I forget, but it might have been Tommy or Peter's that was the craziest costuming, but it wasn't even that crazy, especially compared to Centuries.
Yeah.
But that's one of the things like I like about this song, how it kind of and the music video, how it differed so much from the past two. So it was kind of a different vibe. And like you mentioned earlier, that this is all coming in one package. Like the all the 4 songs are going to be released on Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere. Ideally when the last song comes out. And it definitely helps give that like tone if someone like the little different contrasting part of the album that some people might even like compared to some of the other stuff. But yeah, I forgot where I started with that and ended up here. So
You were just talking about how that
Yeah.
chorus was subverting expectations, but I enjoyed that tangent you went on.
oh yeah, definitely. And just can't thank Malinda enough for hopping on this. She really was definitely probably the most different collaborator we've had compared to everyone else, because everyone else was essentially like the bass gang. They were a bass,
Yeah.
and or at least had the ability to sing in the bass register. So it was very cool, and Melinda definitely helped with the ethereal part of this. But yeah, Melinda actually also filmed the beginning part, the intro, where it was just her singing as a TikTok with a
Really?
candle and everything that we're gonna use. We're gonna like post it on TikTok and stuff, kind of as a promotion for the video. So that was also kind of cool.
That's cool. I like that a lot. It's a good idea.
But besides that, I don't think I have anything else on
Alright.
mind for the music video.
Sounds
I think we
good.
touched on most of the parts.
And let me bump you down just so there's room for my normal stuff. So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much to the audience for accompanying us through this wonderful adventure. I really appreciate everyone's support as we're doing sort of this longer content here. Definitely go down in the description, check out the Bass Gang. Obviously, if you're here, you probably already know how amazing they are, but you probably don't know how much things like those, like everything cliche that they always say, like, comment, subscribe, everything like that, really does make a difference. It really makes a difference for smaller creators. So please hop down, give this video a like, comment just something like Good work! Literally as simple as that. The length of the comment, to my knowledge, doesn't even make a difference. It's just the fact that engagement was reached. So literally hop down in the comments, just say, good job, and then go into my description, go to their original video, do the same thing. Like it, comment, good job, and you've just helped out 2 different channels, 5 different creators trying to get their feet off the ground in this crazy world of musical content creation. So really, really, it does make a huge difference. I do want to thank my lovely patrons right up here on screen real quick. They are fantastic and they let things like this happen, but also a Bass Gang has their own Patreon, and theirs comes with a fancy exclusive Discord that I am active in, as well as the lovely members of the Bass Gang. So definitely make sure you check out, if you are able to, my Patreon as well as theirs, as well as all of that other stuff, and check out all of our Discords, socials, all of that nonsense. Anything else you want to share before we say goodbye?
Thank you all for watching. Thanks for reacting and inviting me on. I appreciate it.
Of course. Hopefully we can do it next time as well. But yeah, thank you so much, Bobby. Thank you so much to everyone. And as always, gals, blokes, and all other folks, I will see you in the next video. Bye!